The government of Nigeria has approved plans to kick off the Sokoto Badagry Highway construction project. This comes as the government approved the procurement of the project amongst other key projects approved in the 2 days Federal Executive Council meeting at the council chambers in the Presidential Villa in Abuja. The Sokoto Badagry Highway construction project, which commenced in 1978 during the time of the former head of state, Olusegun Obasanjo, is a major road project in Nigeria that aims to link the northern city of Sokoto with the southwestern city of Badagry. The highway passes through the town of Ilela, connecting various regions of the country and facilitating transportation and trade. The construction of this highway is seen as a key infrastructure development initiative to improve connectivity, promote economic growth, and enhance the region. About 46 years later, the government of Nigeria has agreed to complete the project, with sources indicating that the project will be funded through the Infrastructure Fund. In view of this, the federal government has said that it has begun the design of the 1,000-kilometer Sokoto-Badagry Highway on the directives of the current president. A statement from the Ministry of Works states that the design was being handled with dispatch by its officials, noting that the project will cover the old African trade routes of Sokoto, Kebbi, Niger, Kwara, Ondo, Oyo, Ogun, Lagos, connecting to Badagry in Lagos. Government representatives noted that the project will be started in 3 sections as soon as possible, and according to them, they are going to have the first sections of 38 kilometers by 2, which is 76 kilometers, and it will be done by the Dangote group of companies on tax credit, and it is going to be constructed on concrete. The next 82 kilometers will be handled by Julius Berger Nigeria PLC, and the last section will be given to the Boa group of companies to construct, which will be done using concrete. It has also been noted that a proposal is underway to link the southeast to the north through the Trans-Saharan Highway, which will have a spur passing through Benue, Kogi, Nasarawa, and end in Abuja. According to other government sources, the project is expected to enhance the socio-economic potentials of the country when completed. On an incremental basis, the federal government of Nigeria is seemingly realizing the importance of infrastructure, especially roads and rails, as catalysts for economic growth and development. In the last decades, infrastructure has received considerable attention, which is quite good for a young economy like Nigeria to thrive. On the construction of the Badagry-Sokoto Highway, recall that in 2021, the Senate was asked to probe into the construction of the Badagry-Sokoto Expressway, which commenced in 1978 during the time of former head of state Olusegun Obasanjo, but was later abandoned. According to the Senate at the time, the project that was initiated as a part of the 4th National Development Plan was abandoned in 1979 after former head of state Obasanjo handed over power to former president late Alhaji Shehu Shagari. At the time, the Senate Joint Committee on Works, Finance and National Planning and Economic Development was asked to interface with the Ministry of Works, Federal Road Maintenance Agency and other relevant stakeholders to determine why the Badagry-Sokoto Expressway was abandoned for such a long time. The committee was also tasked with the responsibility to provide a permanent and sustainable solution, plan and report to the Senate at the time. It then became a matter of urgency as the federal government was called upon to engage in public-private partnerships in order to complete the construction of the road project in the country. It was, however, recalled that the Badagry-Sokoto Expressway was initiated as part of the 4th National Development Plan, which was commenced by the General Olusegun Obasanjo's regime in 1978, but was abandoned in 1979, over 40 years now. The original conception of this expressway was a linkage between the north and southern Nigeria and some western African countries through semi-border, to ease the carriage of goods across borders as it connects Apapa Seaport and Seme-Land border, as well as one of the largest industrial hubs in the country, the Agbara Industrial Estate. Also recall that in 2009, the federal government of Nigeria, in collaboration with the Lagos state government, started the reconstruction and expansion of the Lagos-Badagry part of the Badagry-Sokoto Expressway from 6 lanes to 10 lanes, prompting economic development around the area. But the project was abandoned due to lack of funds, thereby affecting these economic activities negatively. In the same year, the federal government, in collaboration with the Lagos state government, resumed the reconstruction of the Lagos-Badagry part of the Badagry-Sokoto Expressway. However, nothing has been done to construct the rest of the expressway since then. The road, according to government, if constructed, will boost food and agricultural production and connect these rural communities to major urban corridors, a necessary conditions for improved agricultural value chain. The connection to urban corridors will increase off-season employment for rural youth and sustain youth employment and employability. Also, the proximity to western neighbors of the country will improve cross-border market and international trade and help advance Nigeria's commitment to regional and continental trade, as well as add to the number of north-south roads, enhance the durability of the roads, reduce distance and help integrate the western flank of the country into the national road structure with strong implications for national integrations and development. If constructed, it will help free movement and also sustain the lifespan of our roads that have become unmotorable. Going further, the construction of this road will create another economic zone for the country, using Agbara Industrial Estate as a case study. There are also numerous economic benefits occurable to the nation from the construction of the Badagry-Sokoto Expressway. However, before we continue listing them, let me give you a historical background on the road. If you are aware, at the tip of this road, you have the Agbara Industrial Estate. This is an estate that consists of over 100 AAA companies, which includes Procter & Gamble, Nestle, GlaxoSmithKline, and all these estates are located at the top of this express road. You also have the Opic Industrial Estate that is situated on over 8,000 hectares of land with so many industries, and it is interesting to note that it was because of the conceptualization of this project that the Agbara Industrial Estate was constructed, which is why you have a lot of industries located within the Agbara Industrial Zone. And if constructed and completed, the highway will enable companies to transport their goods all across neighboring countries, especially in the light of African Continental Agreement, which was entered into by the Nigerian government. One important thing to note about this project is that the Badagry corridor of this road is an international road, which is currently being constructed by the Lagos State government. It is on this note that the government of Nigeria has seen the need to redesign and reconstruct the road as part of its moves to ensure interconnectivity within the country, boost trade and services, while encouraging economic development across the country. The overreaching plan is for the corridor to serve as an emerging transitional megapolis on the Badagry end of the project while stretching to the northern part of Nigeria where agriculture thrives. This infrastructure is more than essential for the socio-economic development of Nigeria because it connects major towns and cities along its route. You will agree with me that constructing a project of this magnitude can be very expensive, but despite the astronomical cost of building such lofty projects, the gains are sustainable as it will open up trade, operations, and economic development of the nation and by extension every town, cities, and villages along its route, and some might even say beyond. It is therefore important to note that if this project is finally actualized, it will go a long way to boost the economy of Nigeria while creating jobs and setting the foundation for new businesses to thrive. Do well to drop your honest comments in the comment section. Tell us what you think about this project. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video. Thank you.